Hi everybody, welcome to class. My name is Mark and I'll be working with you in English 111 in the spring 2020 semester. The purpose of this video is to show you around the class, give you a couple of tips and hints to get off to a good start, and where certain things are located. First of all, you'll notice that I posted an announcement which includes a lot of the same information, so you're welcome to read the announcement and watch this video as well. Or you can simply watch the video. You don't necessarily have to do both if you would like. One thing I want to point out to you, very important, is the syllabus. Make sure you read through this. And one of the first things that I want you to note is my phone number. It's right here, 812-498-4200. That is my cell phone number, and it is my preferred way of staying in touch with you during this semester. If you have a question, if you have a concern, if you just want to chat, go ahead and text me. You can email me if you'd like, but you will get a faster response if you text me. Now, it's also important to remember that this is not the only class that I'm teaching this semester. So when you want to text me, it's always important that you tell me your name and which class you're taking. Even if it's the 7th time that you've sent me a text, I don't necessarily store all of the numbers. I might not recognize your number, and I don't want to give you a wrong answer. So always tell me who you are, what class you're taking, and then we'll talk through whatever issue that you have. Now, I want to keep this video brief, so I'm not going to go through the entire syllabus because I expect that you will read it, and I know you will. The other thing I want to point out to you is the bookshelf. It's right here. And the bookshelf is where you will find your text for this class. Now, there will be a reading assignment pretty much every week, and when that is required of you, this is where you go. And it is still loading. There it goes. Here's your text, 10 core concepts. I'm not going to open this because I know you will, and I want to keep this video brief, but when you're ready, go ahead and click now. You might have to enter your credentials, which is your Ivy Tech email address and password, to open the book, and then you can simply flip through it like you would any other book that you read online. This course is 8 weeks long, as you know, and there's 8 modules, so it's pretty simple to understand. We complete 1 module per week. Now, because this is an 8-week course and not a 16-week course, I can't emphasize enough that this course moves really, really fast. In some classes, if it's a 16-week, if you get behind, you miss an assignment, you don't attend class for a week for whatever reason, you can usually have enough space to catch up. That is not the case with an 8-week course. You really got to stay on task. And I know you will, but I just want to emphasize that if you get even a little bit behind, it's very, very difficult to catch up. Speaking of which, every class for this semester begins on Monday and ends on Sunday. So the first week of this course is January 13th. This is being recorded on January 10th. And the Module 1, the first week of class, will end on Sunday, January 19th at 11:59 p.m. Anything turned in after 11:59 p.m. on January 19th is considered late work. Now, I mentioned the syllabus earlier in this broadcast. I do have a section in the syllabus about late work. Make sure you pay attention to that. I'm not going to go through it here because, again, I want to keep this straight to the point, but make sure you check that out. Let's go ahead and drop down and take a look at discussion boards before we get into Module 1, because I want to point something out. In this first week, there are 2 discussion boards that are due. The first one is Make Your Introductions. Now, I've already posted mine there, and you can read a little bit about me. But it's important that I understand who you are, where you're coming from, how much experience you have with online learning, and anything else you want to tell me and everyone else about this class about yourself. And that's important for me because it helps me understand when I'm communicating with you where you're coming from. It might be your first online course. It might be your last. Who knows? But it tells me a little bit more about you and helps me tailor my answers to you a little more exact. And we also have a second discussion board in this first module called What is Your Writing Process Like? Which picture is your writing process like? If you go into this, you will see there is a brief slideshow. I'm not going to open it, and there's a lot of abstract pictures contained within this slideshow. I didn't pick them. Some of them are a little strange, but that's okay. And what this assignment is asking you to do is to look through them all and see if any of them appeal to you that has a resonance with what your writing process is like. It might be very organized, it might be very messy, it might be somewhere in between. Who knows? But still, we want you to find an image that clicks with you about what your individual writing process is like. Now, with class beginning on Monday, January 13th, each discussion board requires 2 entries. The first is your original post, and for this week, I'm asking that you include your original post on January 15th, which is a Wednesday. And I want you to get that in the first couple of days because it gives everyone else and yourself the chance to read all the initial posts from everyone in the class, because from those posts, you're going to pick 2 to respond to. Your first post should be about 200 words. Again, just simply saying, here's the image I like best and here's why it appeals to me. And then you're going to pick 2 others from your fellow classmates that you will respond to by January 19th. The responses should be about 100 words. You can go over if you'd like, and your initial post, as I said, should be about 200 words. Again, you can go longer if you need to, just don't go shorter. So let's go into the module itself, and this is what you will do each Monday, and see what kind of work is to be found there. You can skip over this, and there's Module 1. And I won't go through each of these tabs in great detail. Again, I don't want to waste your time. This one covers the course orientation. That's kind of what we're doing right now. This one reviews the syllabus. This is a scavenger hunt. Now let me just say a word about the scavenger hunt. It's based on the syllabus. So after you're done reading the syllabus, whether you simply read it online or you print it out, it's your choice. There is a quiz over what is contained within the syllabus. If you read the syllabus, you're going to do great on this quiz. It's not very hard. And I do give you 2 attempts. So if you miss 1 or 2 the first time you take it, you get another chance, and the class will only record your highest attempt. Here's the textbook. I showed you before where that is located, so we don't need to go through that again. Here is the first graded discussion board on what picture is your writing process like. We've already talked about that. This is for the initial post. Again, 200 words about whatever you'd like to say about yourself. And here is where you will reply to at least 2 other students about their post. I guess you could respond to more than 2 people if you'd like, but you're only required to do 2. And then we have Writing Project 1, Summary and Response. Let's go ahead and open this. And because this is an 8-week course, we really do jump right into the writing. And what you're going to do is pick one of the core readings. I'll show you those in just a minute. And write a response to it. Demonstrate your understanding of the text by rhetorically writing a summary of it. Now, I don't want to go into too much detail here because if I click on Next, I'm going to skip ahead a little bit. I know you're going to read this part. Here is the list of things that you're going to write about. Okay, got a little bit out of order here. Bear with me while I make one little change. And this is where I get into talking about the core readings. Again, I'm going to go back to Module 1. And this is fairly important. And these are the core readings. Now, why is this so important? Well, the biggest reason is, from this list of core readings, you are going to select one topic that interests you. You're free to pick any of them. But from that, you're going to base all of your writing projects throughout the semester. The worst thing that can happen is you pick a topic, You write the first assignment, maybe the second, and by the time the third rolls around, you decide, I really just don't like this topic anymore. That's a bad position to be in, and you don't want to be there. So you have to choose early in the class, yes, but choose wisely. So you can see from this list, we have a lot of different topics: economic justice, environmental sustainability, and on and on and on and on. Here's how you pick what you're going to be writing about. First step is pick a subject that interests you. It doesn't matter what it is. It could be any of them. For this example, and again, you can pick anything, I'm going to select core readings about food. There are several articles here, and they're all very good. My suggestion is, if food is your topic of interest, open the first one. You don't have to read it in detail. Just skim over it. Skim it quickly and see if you like it. Then go to the second one and do the same thing. Again, you don't have to read it in detail. Just skim over it. And keep doing this until you find one that you do like. And then read it in very great detail. Ask yourself, is this a subject that interests me? Is this something I can write all of my assignments about? If the answer is yes, then you're good. If the answer is no, then go back and repeat the process. Find a different article that interests you and read that in detail. Or change subjects completely. Again, you can only have one opportunity to get this right, so let's make sure we really nail this down, because that's what you're going to be writing about for the rest of the class. I'm going to go back to Module 1 again and take another look around and see what else there is that we have to do. And you'll notice that these core readings really span a very wide base of subjects. Oh, there it is. One more thing. I knew there was something I was forgetting. Working with sources exercise. Now, I'm running almost out of time that I set for myself to complete this video. Plagiarism has been a pervasive problem, not just with Ivy Tech, but with higher education in general. During the course of the semester, whenever you turn in a written product to me, it is going to be checked for plagiarism. So this is an exercise that is designed to help you avoid plagiarism. If I see that you pulled a lot of different information from other sources and you have that in a writing project and it's properly cited, meaning you told me where you found that information, we have no issues at all. If I see a lot of information pulled from another source and you didn't tell me where you got it, then we're going to have a problem. So this assignment is designed to help you avoid falling into that trap. Just like the other brief assignment in this, you do get 2 attempts. It will always record your highest score, and it's worth 20 points. Not a ton, and it's not terribly difficult, provided that you look through the plagiarism resources and you take a good look at the syllabus. So to recap, welcome to class. We're going to be working a lot together over the next 8 weeks. My phone number is 812-498-4200. Text me anytime. I'm looking forward to working with all of you. Hope you enjoy the semester. I know I will. And with that, let's get to work. Welcome to class, everybody.